Alright, now's a good time to get it going. What's going on, everyone? My name is Trogdor, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I am bringing you more PTL action. And yeah, for those of you keeping score, counting, and all that stuff, yes, I am uploading this video a little bit late. Surprise, surprise. Okay, this is literally the first time I've ever done that. I'm not going to make a huge deal or whatever, just we battled kind of like later in the week, and I've been super busy. That jazz aside, before you do anything, check out my team builder. If you haven't, I went into my team in depth and went over why I'm bringing the team that I had, my general strategy, all that kind of stuff. So go check that out. I'd appreciate that and everything. But yeah, let's quickly go over what's going on this week. So my opponent is the donphanatic and Norwich Skitty. He is currently he has a certain number of wins and a certain number of losses, as do I. And I'm in a position where it's I don't want any more losses. I only want more wins right now. We're still not even at the halfway point of the season, but I'm already slipping behind big time. And I don't want to keep up those trends. I really want to win. And I think now is a good chance for me to really prove myself. I've got, I'd say, a decent matchup. There are a lot of things that work well, and I've got a really solid team built for it. So, quick recap. I have a lead Galvantula to get up webs. Webs are very important for me this game for numerous reasons. I have a new member of my team, Doug Trio, whose main goal is to trap and kill things like Tapu, things like Infernape, things like Nidoqueen are the big threats that the rest of my team doesn't deal with very well. It's a recent pickup because otherwise I'd basically get bodied by Nidoqueen and Tapu. I have another thing making its debut, Mr. Fish the Mega Gyarados. I am running a Dragon Dance set with Taunt, Crunch, and Waterfall. Dual Stab just does a number to his team, and with webs up, I can outspeed everything at +1, including Scarf Infernape. Not Scarf Latios, that is still a problem for Gyarados, but it goes for Draco Meteor, lowers special attack. I've got enough bulk to live stuff. Goes for Side Shock on something like Salazzle. I switch in, it's immune, I dance, GG. I have Salazzle with Nasty Plot because Salazzle is going to be forcing a lot of switches. My Dual Stab does a lot to his team, and with Nasty Plot I can do something ridiculous like Tapu is bodied, Mega Scizor is bodied, Latios, I've got Dragon Pulse, Infernape's pretty frail. Nidoqueen takes 80 to 90%, it's something ridiculous. And Miltank, it really can't do much back to me, so Salazzle is actually pretty great for me this match. Doug Trio, I should also mention, Doug Trio has rocks. I'm running a Scarf set, but I do have rocks because if I get the chance to get those up, really helpful. I have Braviary to prevent defog, and U-turn, the Frustration, Roost, and Brave Bird. Hoping to pick up a couple kills with Braviary because it's slipping behind in the MVP race. And then I've got Autotomize, Aegislash with Weakness Policy. If I can get my Weakness Policy popped, it cleans up, and Autotomize will outspeed everything after one Autotomize. So it's also got HP Fire, Shadow Ball, Sacred Sword. Shadow Ball basically hits everything except Miltank and doesn't do a lot to Mega Scizor. HP Fire kills Mega Scizor, and I've got Sacred Sword, which at +2, I can live in Earthquake from Miltank, and then +2 Sacred Sword just blah 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 blah. Anyway, so that's the team that I've got. Now let's see here what my opponent decided to bring. In my team builder, I was definitely sure that things like Tapu were coming. Infernape, Miltank, it does pretty well defensively. I wasn't sure if Jellicent would be here. It was possible, but not really. Latios, I was kind of iffy because it's a good Pokemon, but it everything considered doesn't match up so great. So my opponent ended up bringing the Tapu Koko, big surprise. Mega Scizor, even bigger surprise. Miltank, Nidoqueen, Infernape, and Latios. So I was really close. Jellicent's not there, but otherwise everything else I was fully expecting to be here. So this is I'd say decent. I'm very well prepared for the team that he brought. So let's see how this goes. I'm gonna lead Galvantula, obviously, because I need up my webs, as I mentioned, and I can, let's see how this goes. So he goes with Mega Scizor, I go for Galvantula. I'm expecting a U-turn. I'm whatever, I'll get at my webs, and there he goes. Does a ton of damage, but that's okay. I'm kind of a suicide lead anyway. I don't know, you know, Galvantula did what it did, and then Braviary is still here for me to keep those up. So, did your job. Shadow Balls comes in, hits me really hard, and so I don't know if this Latios is choiced or not, because Shadow Ball just happened. I'm immune to that, so I figured, like, if it is choice, it's forced out right away. If not, that'll be good for me to know. I can go for U-turn here. I can go for Frustration here. I can, do some damage pretty quick with Braviary. So Latios goes for Roost as I go for Frustration and do a ton of damage. So that's great. That Latios is, not choiced. Good to know. So, now I know that it's maximum speed. What's it called? What's that Pokemon that I got round 1? It's like some sword Pokemon. Aegislash will outspeed it at +2. That is very, very good for me to know. So he switches out into Scizor. I'm gonna U-turn out of here, I think. No, I go for Frustration again. But now I really want to... No, Brave Bird, because I was expecting a Defog, which I really don't want it to do. It knocks off my Expert Belt, which is like, okay, big deal. I Roost here because I can, and I'm still out faster. Yeah, good job at using words. I don't know why I didn't U-turn there, because it U-turns me. Either way, Salazzle comes in. I was hoping to, like, force it out with the Flamethrower and get the Nasty Plot, but Nidoqueen comes in, and I don't want to, like, deal with that. So Gyarados, I'm immune to Earthquake, and yeah, it goes for Rocks anyway, which is, that's fine. And I figure whatever you want to do, I'm going to... Okay, that was a little bit of a risky play on my part, like switching into Dugtrio, because a good of Earth Power does a lot of damage. I don't think it would have gone for Earth Power on Gyarados, and Ice Beam's not doing much to me. I am really bulky, so Gyarados, I was like banking on him switching to get Dugtrio in there. So yeah, so I'm gonna go for my Rocks right here, and I'm gonna take a lot of damage from U-turn. That's okay though. Dugtrio is frail and was never intended to take any hits. And I can switch back into Rocks, I think, like 3 more times. It's doing like, what, 6? It's doing like 5-something%. So I can switch into Rocks a few more times, which is fantastic. And I can still trap the likes of Coco, still trap the likes of Nidoqueen, etc. So Miltank's in, and I figured I can, set up with Gyarados right here. So... yeah, I take damage from Rocks, which is unfortunate. Seismic Toss. So that does just under... No, it's 28%. So I can live 2 more. So I'm thinking he probably sees that and will prevent me from getting 2 Dragon Dances up. So his options are like, let me get 1 Dragon Dance, go for Seismic Toss, and force me to attack right away. And I think that's my best option too, because at +1 Waterfall, like Okos, I was thinking of going for Taunt right here, just in case it's got, like, to prevent it from using Milk Drink, to prevent it from, like, any status. So I was debating on Taunt right here, but I ended up just let's just dance right here, because I want to get to +1 before I'm in range of a Seismic Toss. So yeah, I Mega Evolve, Mr. Fish goes for the Dragon Dance, and Miltank goes for a Thunder Wave. Had I taunted right there, it would have been in such an amazing position, but... It's okay. I'm at +1 and paralyzed, and his entire team is going to be at -1. So that's okay. I can still get like a few KOs, but my switches are limited because of Rocks and whatnot. So yeah, Miltank's back at full. I go for the Waterfall, do a good amount of damage. Seismic Toss happens. It's good to know that I outspeed right here. And yeah, Mega Scizor comes in. It's slower than me, takes the Rocks. Waterfall. It's in range of another one, and I take out the Mega Scizor. So, Mr. Fish getting a kill. That's awesome and stuff, and I'm happy about that. Yeah, it's, my strategy would have worked really well if I had gone for the taunt right there, because then I would have been able to outspeed this Infernape, even if it is Scarfed. But yeah, I'm paralyzed, so I'll just see if he wants to get cheeky with something like a Nasty Plot right here and just go for my Waterfall. But, if not, Mr. Fish, you're kind of useless to this game. Anyway, goes for a U-turn, big surprise. Tapu Koko comes in, so I'm going to be like Dugtrio all the way. Yeah, so Tapu Koko comes in, and wait. What? Yeah, okay. So I was really expecting him to go for U-turn right there, because, like, you've got a Tapu Koko, you see your opponent has a Dugtrio, it's like, oh, just slap on U-turn, you'll be fine. No, he had the Shed Shell. That's really unfortunate to me because now, I can't do anything to Latios because I'm choiced. But had I like gotten that Earthquake on there, that would have been huge. But yeah, I am Scarfed, and Latios comes in, and yeah, now my Earthquakes are just not doing anything. But I do have a couple more switches in with Dugtrio, and it's like not meant to take hits at all anyway. So right here, what I'm about to do is probably the worst play I make for the entire game. I'm looking at the Latios, and I'm thinking I can get the kill right here with like Frustration. What I should have done is go for U-turn and then switch into, I think it was Aegislash right here that I could have like baited the Shadow Ball and set up and been able to OHKO the rest of his team. But I'm just, going for the offensive pressure right here with Braviary because I'm still thinking, he might have Defog, and I just want to like pressure him to not do that and go for the KO right here. And wow, Psyshock did a lot, as my Frustration does even more. So that was great. Infernape comes in, gets slowed down. I'm going to go for the Roost, but he outspeeds me. So I know that's a Scarfed Infernape. Cool, great, all right. So yeah, the electric terrain disappears. Salazzle comes in, and I can force him out because, at that point, like, Sludge Wave would have been like, kill, you're gone, bye. Because what was it at? Like, it was getting pretty low, that Infernape, I think. If I'm not going crazy. No, it was definitely low enough that a Sludge Wave could have done a ton of damage, especially with the -1 from the close combat. So Salazzle forcing a switch right there, so I'm going to go for the Nasty Plot like I planned. And that Miltank is definitely in range for my Sludge Wave right here. So I'm sitting pretty good right here. Miltank did bye. And Nidoqueen comes in. That Nidoqueen is still at full health, and depending on the set, I was thinking, like, you know what, I'm thinking I can do enough damage to this Nidoqueen with Flamethrower because it's neutral, but not quite. If I had Fire Blast, I would have been so much better, but I'm that kind of guy where it's like, you know what, even though I'm going to be this game just completely balls to the walls offensive, I am not risking like missing right here, because if I had missed, I'd be in an even worse state. And KOs me with Earth Power, that's fine, because right now I've got a Dugtrio with 4% health versus a very low Nidoqueen, a very Scarfed and very will not outspeed me Infernape, and a Koko that has already revealed itself to not be Scarfed and left out its Shed Shell or something. Dugtrio can clean up right here. I'm thinking this is amazing. Like, Salazzle went down, sure, but it put Nidoqueen well in range of Dugtrio right here. So I'm going to go for an Earthquake and take it out. And, even though it's Shukaberry, which every single, like, mock battle that I had, Shukaberry, Nidoqueen, huge surprise. So, yeah, it was in range for that. So I'm thinking he's got Infernape and Tapu Koko left. Dugtrio could bring it home right here. Dugtrio's going to bring it home. Like, that Infernape, I'm outspeeding it, even though we're both... No, he Scarfed Mach Punch. that was good on him. But you know what? I've still got Aegislash. Aegislash has not hit the field a single time today. I'm going to autotomize, like, bait the super effective hit and, like, bring it home with Aegislash right here, right now. So the Tapu Koko comes in. I'm going to autotomize once. I'm going to autotomize twice because I need to stay in shield form. And really, really hope that he goes for a Hidden Power Fire right here so I can pop my weakness policy, hit him with Shadow Ball, but he goes for the Thunderbolt. That's obviously the better play. So it's just a matter of right here if I can KO him with the Shadow Ball, because of course I'll like do a ton of damage to the Infernape as well. So I go to Blade Form, Shadow Ball, and it lives at 3. It lives at 3. That was such a... Wow. That was very unfortunate that he lived at that level of health. Goes for Thunderbolt. Aegislash goes down, obviously, but yeah. I don't end up taking it home with 2 things I could have taken it home right there, so yeah. Good game. Good game. You played very well. Obviously, like, made all the smart plays that you could have at every single point. I think I made a lot of the right plays too. The play where Gyarados, I could have gone for Taunt. At the time, my rationale was Dragon Dance was a smarter move at that point. And, you know, in retrospect, like, Taunt could have won me the game right there. And again, with Aegislash, it was kind of poor prep on my part for not having Steel Stab, but I figured Shadow Ball would be doing enough. Although I obviously should have put more special attack EVs to, you know, be able to KO the Tapu Koko there. But yeah, otherwise, just you played better. You've got a really solid draft, Jack, and it was, you know, super tough to prep for. And the tech with the Mach Punch and Scarf, that was got to applaud you on that. So we fall down now. It's the 7th week. We are now 2-5. We've got 5 wins. We're on a 4-game losing streak, which is super unfortunate now. So I like the additions that I made to my team. Doug Trio was like probably my MVP, being able to like pressure him and all that, and Gyarados almost took it home. So I'm happy with my team as it is now. Although, yeah, like I said, my opponent just played better, and I made a couple mistakes that could have, you know, ended up winning me. But yeah, and like the turn where Braviary, I went for the KO on Latios, but instead I could have gone for U-turn. Had I done that and gone into Aegislash, and Latios obviously would have hit me with the Shadow Ball because it's got coverage for that, that could have really, really saved my ass at that point in time. But, you know, hindsight's 2020. You know, it just came down to my opponent played better than me. And luckily it was a relatively hacks-free game. So that's cool. So yeah, if you're made it to the end of this video, congratulations. Thank you for that. Toss a like on this video if you liked it, if you've been enjoying this season so far. We are coming close to the halfway point. After next week, we will be past the halfway point. So we've still got a lot of battles to come for this league. So subscribe if you want to stay tuned for that. I'm excited for that. And I've also got PPL content coming soon. Coming very soon. It's really exciting, and I'm going to be putting a lot of work into those videos. Not like I haven't been putting work into these videos, but, you know, all that jazz. Hoping to get some more, you know, viewers for the more content that I'm doing, all that jazz. Anyway, that's all from me today. I will see everyone in the next battle. So take care, everyone. Bye-bye.